play in the new season?
Complicated question.
It is very complicated.
Well, I'm Maggie, and I wait for it. I play Maggie. Now, here we go.
And I'm Nina, playing, oh, God.
What's her name?
Nina.
That's it.
I am a human being who works in Soho and has her own coffee shop called Give Me Coffee or Give Me Death. Which is an excellent name for a coffee shop, and how I feel in the morning, usually. And Maggie?
I have a record shop across the way called The Small Back Room. And so, we help, I guess. So at the end of season 1, Aziraphale and Crowley are no longer affiliated with Heaven and Hell officially. So we kind of help to see a bit of what they're like in day-to-day life.
Yes, they're sort of trying to eke out a nice peaceful existence on Earth, the two of them.
Yeah.
And this thing happens with another angel, and which they have to sort out. And then the people that live on that road that is where Mr. Fell's shop is, all become embroiled, either knowingly or unknowingly, in their quest to sort out their heavenly and hellish issues. And so we sort of become embroiled in that.
Is it a vision of Soho that would be familiar to people?
For sure, yes. And I'm going to... Shall I put this on record? Yes. I was so foolish that Nina Sosanya pointed out to me, Wickper Street is Berwick Street backwards. Oh. You see? And I hadn't got it. I hadn't got it. So, it's absolutely the Soho we know, but just a little bit other, Yeah. Soho Plus. Soho Plus is great.
Yeah. And a little bit wider as well.
Yeah.
You were both in season 1 but playing different characters. Is this kind of unprecedented to return to a show but in different roles? Does that ever happen?
In my experience, it's unprecedented.
I couldn't think of any other example.
No, me neither. And just what an absolute treat that is. Particularly, I mean, my poor old nun got killed off in season 1. So, I mean, I'd had a lovely old time. Don't get me wrong, but absolutely thought that was
definitely
it.
a shot of you on the ground,
right?
But
it was definitely full stop the end.
Yeah.
So the fact that. That Neil could use what happened at the end of season 1 as a springboard into this whole other stories, I should say, that get entangled within each other in season 2 is just a complete joy. And I actually found out about it during lockdown when nothing was happening. So just the fact he'd had the idea was the gift of hope. And then we actually got to make it. Yeah. It was wondrous.
Yeah, you feel like, because being fans of the book, both of us were, and I'd been reading the book for years, to have done that, you think, well, we did that was over, there's nothing more to do. And so to find out that he was, and that everyone else was up for making a whole new set of stories, that was really exciting. And then just to be part of it is insane.
And as you say, to play 2 different parts, to get to kind of experience completely different corners, but within the same universe, that was a bit exciting.
And it feels like a company as well, because you've got returning actors, returning characters of Aziraphale and Crowley and some of the angels as well, and then new people coming in, and they all just fit in so beautifully.
Similarly
as well.
with crew, wasn't it? We had lots of old faces from season 1 and then new fresh faces too. Yeah. So it was just the whole mix was deeply exciting.
How would you say season 2 is different from season 1 in terms of tone? Does it have that same kind of like playfulness?
I think it does. Yeah.
Yeah, it has a definite playfulness. It has a lot. I would say it's more earthbound in a good way. Yeah. It's. I mean, so was season 1 though, because it's always about the human. It's always about the human interaction and human wants and desires and mistakes and triumphs and all those things. But it's quite playful as well, the way that it jumps around a lot.
And it's all, I think, same with season 1 as well. It's just written with such care at the heart of it. So it's playful and full of care, not careful, full of care.
Yes, it's anything but careful, but it is caring and it's warm. It's funny. It's really funny.
It's quite funny, isn't
it?
It's actually been over 4 years since the first season. And
oh, my word.
Since then, fans never kind of stopped clamouring for a second.
Yes.
It was quite rare. It wasn't like they were excited for a while and then it felt like it was always on a level.
Yeah.
Why do you think people are so invested in the show?
I think it's two reasons. Well, I think there's many reasons. I think one because it's fantasy, and that's a genre that you just can't get enough of. If you're into it, then you just want more of it all the time because it's unlimited. It's so creative and imaginative, and you can go anywhere with it. And the other reason is you've got a great relationship with these two fantastic characters right at the centre that are playing an earthbound demon and an angel. That's just too juicy to not explore.
But I think it creates such a vast universe, and it gives permission for other. Do you know what I mean? So if there's any part of you that just feels a bit other, it's absolutely saying you are welcome here.
It's inclusive,
more than that, yes. So come in, sit down. It's a really beautiful, place to inhabit.
Some of your cases, if someone has never seen Good Omens before, how would you kind of sum up the appeal of it? Like, why should they give it a go if they didn't watch season 1 yet?
I think it is the inclusivity and the completely otherworld stories, but totally allowed to be in your living room. Did that make sense?
Relatable.
There you go.
And also because it's about really epic old things, which is just what's good and what's evil.
Yeah.
How do you define that?
And we span all of time asking
all
that
of
question.
Time, pre-time, and post-time,
yes,
and it riffs on interpretations of traditional stories, biblical ones, mythical ones, fairy stories. It's a story about stories, really, and that's why it's just completely appealing. And this one particularly has. So the first one, there was a story that we all know, and the joy was working out how these people are going to navigate it. This one we don't know the story, and this is really a mystery to be unwrapped and unravelled by the characters in the show. So and that's sort of how they differ, I think.
If there were to be a third season, does that mean it could go absolutely anywhere?
Yes.
It could be anything.
Yes.
And any when.
Isn't that so exciting?
Yeah.
In 2027, maybe.
It could be anywhere, any when, anything, anyone.
Yeah. And I mean, it's just it's very cool, and Neil can tell whatever stories he wants and invite whoever he wants to be part of it, and it's a very cool universe to inhabit.
Thanks so much for your time.